Highgarden is in flames. Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another Seven Kingdoms battle. Today we're going to be trying to recreate the Battle of Highgarden. Well, not so much recreate it, but just have a fun battle with, House Tarly and House Lannister up against House Tyrell in a cool looking siege battle. Obviously this isn't Highgarden, however, that's kind of the theme we wanted to go with this battle. If anyone did make a Highgarden battle map, I would 100% play it, but unfortunately Attila just doesn't have the best map making community left anymore, which is a real shame. But yeah, we have a pretty fun battle. I believe we have over almost 14,000 soldiers in this engagement, and it should be really fun. I'm sure. I mean, I played this battle, so I know it's fun. It goes down to a really cool epic last stand, so make sure to stick around for that. And obviously, if you've I'm probably a bit late for this spoiler alert, but yeah, if you haven't seen any of season 7, maybe avoid watching this just in case I bring anything up during this episode which may ruin it for you. So yeah, I would avoid this video if you haven't seen the most of season 7, I think up to episode 4. So yeah, let's go run through the army comps for those of you guys who might be new to Seven Kingdoms and haven't seen the units before. I do believe that House Lannister are going to be getting an update to be more traditional to the TV show. Now we've seen a lot more of the Lannister units in battle, like the Lannister archers and stuff like that. But for now, these are the units we have. So, attacking is one Lannister force being led by Kevin Lannister. We have a whole range of these guardsmen, men-at-arms spearmen, or these are just the medium tier spearmen actually. They have a nice kite shield. I really like how the flags are on these units as well. Some decent, the traditional helmets and stuff like this. Then as we make our way down, we have some of the medium sword infantry right here. Again, very traditional helmets and swords, pretty basic infantry. Behind them, we have some of the men-at-arms longbowmen, which, as I said, are going to be getting changed whenever they do decide to update the game. We have a catapult back here. Then we have some of the heavy guardsmen melee infantry. These are the elite forces for House Lannister. And again, they do look very nice for sure. And as we continue to go down the line, more guardsmen spears. Oh yeah, we haven't seen the guardsmen spears yet actually. So yeah, the guardsmen spears, same shield, same heavy armor, just with a spear variant. Then as we go back, we have Kevin Lannister, who seemingly just disappeared from season 7. I don't actually know what happened to him. He kind of just almost was there and then wasn't. But yeah, really nice model for Kevin Lannister as always. Then I believe we have some levies around here, just some basic Lannister levies. They can afford a helmet, they can afford a pretty nice sword, but apparently no shield. So yeah, they're going to be kind of pushing up the basic stuff. Then we look at House Tarly, who have betrayed House Tyrell and are coming to take over the Warden of the South. God damn Tarly's traitors! Traitors! So if we look at their army, we can see that we have some of their guardsmen. So guardsmen is basically just the heavy elite infantry in this mod. So we can see the Tarly heavy infantry looking very nice. I love the sigils, which have been kind of embroidered, or not embroidered, but embedded on the chest plates. Very nice. Then we have some guardsmen heavy cavalry back here for House Tarly, along with some of their Hornhill levies, so just basically some crossbowmen. And I also like how they've actually got different armor and stuff like that back here on that infantry. We have a catapult along with some of the guardsmen spears. So House Tarly has gone for a lot more heavy infantry, whereas the forces of the Lannisters have kind of gone for a bit of a mix of everything, as the first artillery round does actually just go off. So we will make sure that we pause it, just so we don't miss any more of the battle, as it does get kicked off. Then finally we have some Hornhill levy infantry. These are just for the light variant, and then finally just the basic levies pushing up the siege towers. Then if we look at House Tyrell really quickly, we can see that we have two armies of House Tyrell. We have some Highgarden levies. These guys are going to be on the outer rim, really just to absorb as much ammunition, as we just have the artillery coming right down. That looks awesome. Looks very cool. Then we have some men-at-arms longbowmen, so some pretty elite archers. Continue to make our way down the battle line of this far right side. You can just see a whole load of these levies. Then if we look at my side of the battle, this is where I'm defending. You're going to maybe see a bit more of equality. So we have some of the men-at-arms from House Tyrell right here. Again, I really like House Tyrell. I think House Tyrell are one of the most professional looking armies in Westeros for sure. Then we have their guardsmen. So this is their heavy elite infantry. Again, looking very nice. Very much like the TV show. For sure. Then we finally have the spearmen, guardsmen, spearmen back here again. That looks sick. Look at that formation right there. It's going to be a hard nut to crack for the Lannisters and Tarly. but I'm sure they'll be able to do it. We have some more guardsmen infantry, and that's pretty much it. We have a few more people. I guess we'll look at the custom characters as well. We have Mace Tyrell over here, even though obviously he's dead by this point, but oh well, we'll just ignore that. So we have Mace Tyrell there, and then we have Loris Tyrell over on this right-hand side. Again, the same fate befell him, but again, he looks really cool. I think Loris Tyrell actually looks amazing. That's a really, really nice 3D model for sure. So let's get this battle started. I guess we'll start off on this far right side, where the artillery is coming in and hammering the walls of Highgarden right now. I'm going to refer to this fortress as just Highgarden because I think it'll be easier than anything else. But obviously, as you can tell, this isn't Highgarden, but it's the best we could do at this current moment. The Lannisters are going to be pushing forward all their units along with the support of House Tarly, getting their siege towers to the walls, pushing up the battering ram as well. They're going to be receiving some missile fire, but nothing too crazy, I can't imagine, as we do have some archers, but we're kind of trying to, you know, almost give up the walls to fight in the courtyards just because it seems to be a better tactic. We did give House Lannister a bunch more money than us. I think they both had around about 5 grand more money than us overall. So because of that, we're definitely, you know, outmatched here. But we do have the walls to our advantage. That's always going to be good. And we're playing on siege escalation. So you can already see that all our forces in the city are receiving minus 11 morale, minus 10 melee attack, and minus 11 melee attack and defense. Which is pretty huge, you know, for all units. That is pretty big. You know, it's going to offset our defense of the walls. And then they get more men and money because of that. So the siege tower is going to be pushing up along with the rest of the battering ram and the ladders as well, which will be reaching the wall any second now. As well as that, the city is actually still on fire. Oh yeah, and something happened whilst we were deploying our soldiers, which was kind of funny. This building collapsed and it killed so many. It killed like a good 100 of our levy infantry right here, which I thought was quite funny. More towers going down. I think over here. Yeah, this tower has gone down right here. We've only got one still left remaining helping out. We also have some archer fire making its way in as well. Going to be finding its mark. These levies, what are these guys? These are Highgarden levies. They have no shields to protect themselves whatsoever. I believe the Tyrells are retaliating with a few volleys of their own, but you know, it's going to be hard for them to really match the firepower of the Lannisters and Tarlys together. The infantry are starting to push in as we just get a huge explosion. Look how many men just died here, falling off the wall as the artillery comes flying in, crushing so many soldiers. And the Lannisters are in hot pursuit. They're going to be making their way over here, through the breach itself, and into the city of Highgarden. The walls have been breached. Look to the defenses, men. Look to the defenses. The city is on fire, but these guys do not care. They're going to be continuing to push on. I'm actually going to be a bit late on realizing this because I was looking at the other part of the battlefield. However, I'm going to be telling these infantrymen to turn around, join the battle, and start dueling with House Lannister. The archer fire is coming in, more of my infantry is being pushed in, and ideally I just want to kind of try and slow up this breach as quickly as possible, and we'll get to see lots of decapitations. That's one of the cool things. That's one of the cool things about this mod is there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore. It's very, very like visual and graphic, which is very cool for the Game of Thrones universe. That's definitely what you want. So my spearmen are currently dueling off against his medium infantry, his men-at-arms, and quite a few of them are getting cut down. And as well as that, obviously we have like 14,000 men in this battle, and it's not really even lagging that much, as we do have the siege towers hitting into the walls. They're going to be jumping off onto the battles for the walls are going to continue up on this far right flank. How's the House Tarly doing against House Tyrell over here? At the moment, we currently have a fight at the gatehouse. The gate has been smashed. I imagine burning oil will be pouring down, hopefully, on House Tarly, as so many heads just decide to roll. As well as that, we do have a nice little battle right here. House Tarly have made their ground and pushed forward just slightly into the breach. However, a nice job here by House Tyrell. They all begin with T's. House Tyrell have a nice little vision right here to shoot House Tarly as they do make their way over the siege into the defensive perimeter right there. Again, we'll go back as more action is happening on the Lannister front. We can see House Lannister are cutting their way through the actual battle itself and making like pretty easy work of my medium infantry. My medium infantry just don't seem to be able to stand up to his guardsmen whatsoever. Obviously his guardsmen are better, but they are spears, so they should be a little bit of a disadvantage. Having the archers here as well, shooting me in the side, is a really smart move by the Lannisters. And they also have these javelins as well, coming a nice little flank off here. And I'm going to be charging out the javelins. And you can just see my men charging. You even see a dude got chucked over the shield there as well. So I got a nice charge off onto the javelins. However, the Lannister soldiers are going to be quickly catching up and cutting me down from behind. You know, this unit is completely surrounded as more archer fire does pour in. As well as that, my gate defense has also been cut down pretty quickly. I was very disappointed at how poorly these Tyrell soldiers actually did do, as they're going to be routing right now, and they got slaughtered pretty easily. You look how many dead Tyrells are just laying here on the battle, or on the field of battle. There's not many Lannister shields anywhere, unfortunately. So they're going to be pushing forward. I guess that's really the settlement being this badly damaged really coming into play. Oh, what is a big hit there from the Lannister artillery as well, killing 13 of my longbowmen right there. Very, very deadly. My archer fire is trying to focus down the enemy archer fire. More Lannisters are pouring into the city, giving up no quarter whatsoever. I still do have a few more infantrymen here. Oh, this is quite cool as well. This charge, I have my Tyrell guardsmen charging in against the javelins. The javelins are going to be getting a one throw off, point blank, but then my Tyrells are going to come flying in and they're going to be pushing these javelin men back. Quite a few of them do die off the charge though, so that wasn't too bad for House Lannister at all. Oh, beautiful slices there. Yeah, my guardsmen should be cutting these guys down. Reinforcements are soon to follow as the javelin men do decide to retreat back. However, we will persevere. It's only medium infantry we are fighting up against, so I'm hoping that these Tyrell infantrymen can, you know, win the day here and outmatch the forces of House Lannister. I also obviously have my fullback position right here. I'm excited to see how well this defensive position can hold, because it just looks so goddamn cool. That looks really cool. Like, really, really cool. It's going to be hard to smash that back, I think, for sure. But I'm sure, you know, because we're so heavily outnumbered, we're going to need these defenses to hold. If we go back to the fights in the streets, you can see I have more of my guardsmen taking missile fire, but also fighting against the Lannister medium infantry. So this should be an equal fight somewhat. We have medium infantry fighting up against medium infantry. And again, if we make our way over to the far left-hand side, we can see that House Tarly is slowly starting to break through these defenses. There's quite a few of these levies here, who are just kind of acting almost as cannon fodder to try and break up the Tarly advance and keep them at bay. I mean, we're definitely doing a great job at the gate. You can see this is some elite guardsmen from House Tarly, and these levies are just literally holding them in place with sheer weight of numbers. I believe there's 200 of them in a unit, which is pretty crazy. Holy crap, that guy just had like a javelin sticking out of him. Well, he's dead now. You look at that guy right there. He had a javelin sticking out of him as well. He's disappeared now when I got closer, but brutal, absolutely brutal, as more House Tarly soldiers just literally make their way over. And this is the main thing. House Tarly just need to get their soldiers inside the fortress right now and then start using it. They're definitely done a great job on the wall right now. You can see there's 3 House Tarly infantry units right here who can now spread out and start causing a huge harassment. House Lannister have finally managed to break through all my defenses. We did have a unit of cavalry causing a nuisance in the back lines, but that is silenced now. And here we go. We've already been pushed back. The walls have been lost, at least on my side. My ally is still holding firm. Very brave of him to do so. Oh, and here we go as House Lannister comes flying in, charging against my defensive formation. And that really didn't hold as well as I thought it would. We killed quite a few of them, but that was a pretty decent charge there from the Lannister levies. Really decent. You can see so many of my elite Tyrell infantrymen are just getting killed now, which I was expecting these guys to hold. They already lost 40 men off that charge. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy indeed. I think I'm going to be telling my archers soon to notch their bows and get these guys to start shooting. So my walls have been completely lost. Luckily, my ally is still holding a little bit. Not really, but he's starting to fall back now as well. Which is okay, because we have some great defensive positions up here. Again, the next kind of slash in here. Yeah, look how many... I mean, that wasn't as bad. We lost 7 men on the charge, but considering we're in such a defensive formation, I really thought that my Tyrell shield wall would hold much better. The archer fire is starting to come in now as well, and definitely killing a lot of these levy spearmen. But we are completely surrounded right now, And this is the breaking point right here. You know, this is the weak point of our formation. We're only like 2 men deep, so if the enemy can keep on pushing forward, they can definitely break this formation apart. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case, though. Hold firm. I mean, luckily we do have some pretty good positions right here with our archers. We are also receiving some missile fire. You know, we have a lot of missile fire going overhead and finding in their big clumps of infantry. I mean, just look how many kills that gets every single volley. And obviously we have a greater position up here as well. 2 fresh units of men-at-arms, longbowmen. Very nice indeed. So as we can see Kevin Lannister, I believe, is actually running around a little bit in our fortress. Yeah, Kevin Lannister is currently over here, charging down some of the House Tyrell archers. The crossbowmen made a break. Look, we have House Tarly charging in, killing quite a few of these guys. Running, just like slaughtering whoever's left down. Luckily, a few of them did manage to survive, though, which was kind of funny. I liked that a lot, seeing, you know, moving his crossbows up here to avoid the cavalry. Pretty smart. We also actually have some levies over here as well, bravely fighting off against the Tarly cavalrymen, who I imagine will just be cutting them down. These guys don't stand a chance, surely. Especially now that we have Kevin Lannister coming with his elite Lannister horsemen. Yeah, just stampeding across the infantry of House Tyrell right there. As well as that, you can see that my spearmen have actually just been completely broken. I was actually really disappointed with their performance. They did not do a good job at all. So that was pretty sad for me, for sure. So now it's just up to some of my elite infantry to try their best to, again, slow these guys up. It's up to my missiles to do the casualties. It's up to these guys just to hold the line for as long as they physically can. And you can see the archer fire coming in, raining down from above, but there we go. That infantry unit is going to be routing. It's going to be up to my next one. Hopefully I can get these guys into shield wall as soon as possible. The balance of power does not look good. Obviously, I kind of wanted the battle to look pretty bad for House Tyrell, with having House Tarly, you know, betray them. It should look pretty bad. Help is coming indeed, in the form of some of these Tyrell spearmen, which are being pushed up to the fight, ready to receive the next assault as it comes in. And the Lannister soldiers are going to be getting on, charging in against this infantry line. Again, I'm hoping that my infantry can just... You know, this is like expensive infantry, but they're just not seeming to do too great against the forces of House Lannister. I was really expecting a lot more from them. As we get a nice little defensive formation there as well. How's House Tarly doing? Oh yeah, here we go. So I pushed out Mace Tyrell in the hopes of trying to kill Kevin Lannister so we could cause a mass rout. However, the Tarly cavalry, you know, the Tarly general is obviously a master strategist, and he's going to be surrounding Mace Tyrell. Mace Tyrell is going to die for the second time. You know, Randall Tarly is a brave man. Let's see if we can see him. Oh, he's a smart man, at least I should say. Yeah, you can see him right there. Definitely looking very, very cool. And he outmaneuvered Mace in battle and cut him down. I'm going to be trying to get my guardsmen out of here as quickly as I can, retreating these guys. However, the cavalry is not going to, you know, give up this pursuit, and they're going to be charging to stop me. I want to try my best to get back to the catapult position, but it's just not going to go too well. And the Lannister cavalry from Kevin Lannister is going to be charging into my line, hitting it as hard as he can, and just biding himself time. You can actually see Kevin Lannister right there. Oh, Kevin Lannister just killed one of my soldiers. He is going to be getting shot. He has come into range of our missiles now, so that's something he has to kind of, you know, weigh up whether it's worth staying here. As we can see Kevin Lannister currently dueling a few of my infantrymen right here. Oh, actually taking a hit right there. Go on, kill him. Take him down. He's taking another hit as well. Is he going to be turning and fleeing, or what? He just punched one of my dudes away. Come on, take him down. Slay him. His horse is pretty bloodied, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did see him going down. Especially with the archer fire coming in as well. But I mean, he's bid the Tarlys enough time to bring in their infantry. There we go. Kevin Lannister has gone down. Awesome. However, the Tarly infantry has now made it in, and we're going to have that just cutting down. With the support of the cavalry, my guardsmen do not stand a single chance. That dude just getting kicked in the nuts and then sliced in the back, even through his armor. No quarter whatsoever. Dude's getting chucked over shields, heads being sliced off and kicked to the ground. The fighting in Attila is pretty brutal. I love it. I really do enjoy this a lot. We go back to the fight over here. You can see the archer fire and the pikemen. We do still have a unit of pikemen left, which is so useful because it just helps to keep the enemy at a distance and slow them up. They will eventually break through this formation, but, you know, that's a key word right there, eventually. So this buys us time to maybe, you know, try and muster a defense elsewhere and, you know, use our archers as effectively as we can just to kill these guys. Because we have killed Kevin Lannister, and you can see the Lannister morale is pretty bad right now. A few units have decent morale, but quite a few of them don't. So if we can, you know, fire some fire arrows into here, and also push on the pressure with our infantry, we can maybe rout this entire section and then rally forth and then try and take out House Tarly, which could definitely be the case because my ally over on this left flank is also using his crossbowmen really effectively just to hammer the flank of House Tarly. The catapults have been overrun and more infantry is having to be pushed into the fight itself just to try and quell this breach. We really get to see what the Tarlys are made of, though, in this engagement. And I really hope we do get to see actual proper Tarly men in the rest of Season 7. Or we get to see at least more depth to Randyll Tarly. Because obviously Randyll Tarly is supposed to be this, you know, he's obviously the only person who managed to beat Robert Baratheon in the War of the Usurper. You know, he's quite hyped up in the lore and stuff. So it'd be really cool if we actually get to see more of him in the series. And actually doing some smart stuff against Daenerys. I think that'd be really, really cool if we ever do get to see that. So the right flank, some more units are starting to rout from House Lannister. You can see the chain of Lannister units actually just routing from the battlefield. What cowards. Cowards, I say. As they retreat. Yeah, they're getting out of there. What a bunch of losers. That's fine with me, though. I'm more than happy to see them go from the field of battle. The pikemen are definitely holding. With the fire arrows coming in from the sky. It's going to be, you know, scaring the Lannister troops. Obviously, their guardsmen are going to be holding. But other units, you know, the weaker levies and stuff like that, which you can definitely see fighting in this battle, are going to be getting, you know, pushed away and out of this engagement, which is really key. Banter power is still horrifically not in our favour, but I don't think it's that badly. There's only a 1,000-man difference. Granted, our men are really bad, you know, minus 11 morale, attack, and defence. But besides that, I don't think it's that, you know, out of the realms of possibility that we can win this battle. You know, if Daenerys was to turn up on a dragon, that'd be pretty chill. Or she could maybe just give us, you know, Rhaegar or something like that. You know, just loan us Rhaegar for the battle. That'd be pretty awesome. God, I would actually probably cry with happiness if any dragons ever got added to Attila Total War. Now, I imagine it's extremely, it's a really long process because not only do you have to model it, you have to create custom animations. I mean, how does it even work because it's a flying unit? And obviously Attila doesn't have flying units. It's obviously a very hard process to do, but if anyone ever did manage to do it, oh my god, would that be amazing. The fighting, though, is just brutal on the front lines. Not one side giving, you know, they say that House Tyrell can't really fight very well, but they're definitely putting up a good engagement right here. Crossbows coming back. There's actually quite a cool little fallback position here. Like, this is where one of the capture points is. And you have to fight up here. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of glitchy with the pathing, so we never ended up using it, unfortunately. House Lannister are definitely running out of men. Look how many few men they have left. This is their entire army right now. I mean, same with House Tarly as well. You know, they only really have the cavalry. The cavalry is going to be some of the hardest stuff to kill if we do make it that far. Obviously, House Tarly, you know, this elite cavalry, we don't really have much to silence it besides our own crossbows. And you can see the crossbow bolts are being focused on the Hornhill levies down here. So these guys are more than happy to absorb the ammunition whilst everyone else is fighting for their lives right now. The Tyrells not going to give up. You know, the Tyrells have held this position for a long time. Even though they kind of just fell into having Highgarden and becoming the Wardens of the South. They were just at the right place at the right time and everyone just kind of forgot about it after the fields of fire. So plenty of our men are routing now as well. You can see, I think it's mainly on this right flank. We're down to 1 unit of these elite men-at-armed longbowmen, 1 unit of these guardsmen, and then we also have a unit of pikemen. There's 63 pikemen left, which is good. We also have a 1 fresh unit of these guardsmen. So I think our main plan now is just to really commit everything we have to try and rout the Lannisters, and then maybe after that, we can then form up our soldiers over here. We still have this, obviously, this cavalry unit left, Loras Tyrell. I believe it's still, yeah, Loras Tyrell is right here. We can find him on the battlefield. Loras Tyrell looking very, very pretty with blood just all over his face. I mean, he was a very good fighter, so... Loras Tyrell is trying his best to avenge his father. But, I mean, the Tarleys are just giving no mercy to the infantry at all. No mercy whatsoever. The right flank does look like it's starting to dwindle. You can see House Tarley pushing forward a lot of their men now. Yeah, there's like no one in the way. Thankfully, Loras Tyrell has now been pushed in. Actually, on the front lines as well, and he's just taking so many arrows. Look at him, just took like 4 arrows in his armor. That's not good. He could definitely go down now. His men rally around him, though, trying to protect him as best they can. However, he's just got a horseman. Some dude just got sliced on the floor. That's not good. More javelins and crossbows coming in. Loras and the heads of his men are just getting chopped to pieces around him. This is not good at all. Loras is covered in the blood of the enemy. He's rallying though. Oh my god, his horse just took a javelin. That is not good. Now he's fighting against spearmen. This must be the end for Loras Tyrell, surely. He is going down fighting though. His horse is still moving. He's actually going to retreat out of there, even though his horse has a javelin right in the leg. The levies are going to be pushing up though. The javelins are still coming. And the spearmen are still fighting. And there we go. Loras Tyrell has been slain on the field of battle. No mercy for House Tyrell. We do still have this unit of guardsmen levies. So this is our only real strong unit left remaining. And they're going to start to retreat back. You can see they want to fall back and have one little final last stand. Which will triple speed to, and then we'll watch that. Because everyone else just kind of gets cut to pieces. So as you guys obviously at this point, you can tell the forces of the Lannisters and Tarleys are going to be victorious. Their betrayal was not met with fire and blood quite yet. Hopefully it will though in the future. You can see the forces of the House Tyrell just retreating back. Their last stand. There's nowhere for them to run as the Lannisters do just charge them down. Actually cutting that dude down on the ground. That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Giving no quarter whatsoever to these guys. There's nowhere for them to run now. They tried to escape, but they're going into a brick wall. And look at them just getting cut down as they try and retreat. They're actually going to turn around here. We'll go back to normal speed as well as we do watch their final last stand for the last minute of the battle. The Lannisters are going to be just cutting them to pieces. No quarter. No mercy. Yeah, there's slaughter. There's what? How many of them left? There's only... It can't be many. Only 92 of them left. They have their backs fully up against the wall now. They're going to try and take down as many Lannisters as they can before they do rout from the field of battle or die. And I mean, they are dropping really quickly as well. The Lannisters are just proving their worth here, using their numbers to their advantage. The Lannisters actually made it all the way back here, which was quite funny. Oh my god, look at this Tyrell soldier as well. He's fully pushed out. He's breaking forward into the lines of the Lannister infantry. And now he is surrounded, and there you go. He does go down. The rest of House Tarley has formed up, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Battle of Highgarden. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. It was really awesome to fight it, and I really enjoy kind of having these recreations of these engagements from Season 7. I think they're really awesome. So if we look at the kills, we can see that on my side, led by Mace, we can see the longbows doing really decently, you know, getting up close to, you know, 600 kills with their arrow fire, so that's very nice. Look at Hairy Hobbits, we can see Loras Tyrell doing good, his cavalry doing really good, and obviously his pikemen, his archers, 438 kills. Very nice. Look at the Lancer force commanded by Genneke. You can see just here all his medium infantry actually doing really impressive, getting 340 kills. Very nice. And then finally Doom playing as the Vitali infantry. We can see that they have a bunch of kills on the levies and the infantry and the cavalry as well. 200 kills on this guardsman's spear, which is very nice. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below and let me know what battles you want to see next recreated in Game of Thrones 7 Kingdoms for Attila Total War. And I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.